Steven Jackson's the head coach of Trilogy, the team he used to play for. Now he's a coach. And now he's even worse. They lose by 4 points, and now he's ready to go fight. He did this same attitude when he was a player and Charles Oakley was his coach. Captain Jack can't wait to put his hands on somebody. Now, this player who used to play in the NBA, he's just trying to keep himself reserved. You know, he got his family out there. They trying to keep him calm. Like, come on, young blood. Just keep it calm, man. Just keep it professional. So, Steven Jackson gets to the back, and then he wants to turn all the way up for no reason and just get all crazy. I mean, it was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I'm serious.
Check it out.
I don't understand because somebody on the fight, they want somebody to grab. Same time niggas be at the hotel begging me. Now y'all want to show I'm one of these people. One of these niggas get burned with me. I'm not these niggas. Google me. I will burn on you all.
So the page NBA Centel, they posted.
So NBA Centel deleted this because this was not the quote he said. He misquoted him and everything. So Steven Jackson said, look, I'm going to have y'all taken down if y'all don't get rid of that. Because I never said that, which he didn't. Never said it. So the fact that they posted that he said it was typical. But we remember him pulling up on O Block, trying to use that like he could pull up anywhere, and that was a bad look, to do something like that. And then because it's like, dog, this dude is just all over the place. One day he's a Muslim, with a Gucci logo on a thobe. And it's like, dude, what is you doing? This dude will be FUB and all that. He crazy. Dude is actually crazy. You clout chasing B? I didn't say nothing like that. But you put it up for clout. I will find out who run this page. You niggas sad, no talent, so you gotta make up it. Your days a number. Wally. It's like you cut somebody out, go assalamu alaikum. At the end of it, dog, what is you doing? What is you doing, dog? Like, for real. It's real messed up. Like, I really think he has a chemical imbalance. Like, something is really wrong with Steven Jackson. And you know how that phrase goes, they should have never gave you niggas money. It fits Captain
Jackson
Jack.
had a few things to get off his chest about some of the things podcasters be saying on their podcasts regarding basketball players. Steven says the people talking about NBA players on their shows these days are just being messy and are not saying anything with substance. Let's check it out.
What's up, world? Hey, free game, man. Two things you do not do. You lived with an old NBA career. He fell on hard times, now you fell on hard times. There's two things you don't do. You don't go to his own old teammates and talk about him. Make it seem like you was with him the whole time. He's popping bottles, you're gonna be fucked up with him. It was your fault too. You don't do that. And then you don't call his other teammates and ask them for money. Just because they played together, you hung with him a couple times. You don't do that, bro. You don't down talk them live with, and you don't call his teammates begging for money, bro. You don't do that. What you need to be doing is finding a way to hustle to get you and your partner back that was taking care of you his whole NBA career. You don't talk about him and you don't go to his teammates trying to make yourself look bad about demeaning him. Weak as fuck. You weirdos. Get up off your and show some hustle and do for him the same way he did for you 14 years. And another thing, why y'all can't mind y'all business? Like, it's like to sit there in front of the camera and talk about what somebody else got going on in their life, And you can never, that's not interviews. Y'all not doing interviews no more. Y'all being messy. Y'all acting just like females, bro. That's what y'all doing. Y'all ain't doing interviews. Y'all ain't talking about nothing with some substance. Y'all ain't giving people flowers. Y'all being messy. Y'all being real messy like women, dog, and that's what it came to. Messing like women, now it's acting like women.
This comes from Steven Jackson, the man who interviewed Skip Bayless just so he can be messy and talk about Shannon Sharp. This is the man who interviews everybody else and throwing cheap shots at Shannon Sharp all the time. But everybody else is messy except for Steven Jackson. He act like he's the only player in history, like he started the podcast game or something. Have you noticed it's always those guys. When he played in the NBA, same way. Every team he was on, it was somebody else's fault. Somebody else held him back. This person held me back. Oh, that person held me back. You was being messy. I told you. He on his WWE stuff. Every story I've ever heard about Jack, it's all about him doing something real stupid for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Spilled into the
This dude sat there and told a whole lie, like a whole lie about what happened at that strip club. But it's Captain Jack. Because what really happened was so stupid, it didn't even make sense. Dude punched you right in the mouth in the club over in Indiana. So it's just goofy. Like the story he tells is so goofy.
Still accomplishing things. So stop sending me that, bro. I know what I did, and it might not be the last time. Oh yeah, and to the well, I'm gonna find out too this weekend and report back to y'all too on who the snitch was, who in the back recording. The locker room is off limits, so it shouldn't be nobody back there recording. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be. This is not even my video. It's other stuff that go on back there that should never see the light of day in the locker room. So all that shit is off limits. So whoever recording, I'll see you this weekend. All right? I'll see you this weekend. But the locker room is off limits, bro. There's a lot of stuff that go on that should never hit. But you know what? Hey, somebody got to do it. And it ain't going to be the last time. And if I feel disrespected, I'm going to flash out again. And I don't give a who like you. All you bloggers can kiss my ass. You uneducated, non-talented, non-accomplishing motherfuckers. Fuck all y'all.
Now, he think he 50 Cent or somebody. Now, what I think was that it was staged. Like, they staged this thing for them to come out and do the act that they did. You know, like they come out and pretend, yo, I'm gonna get you, you know, and all the arguing. But I think whatever was said, it got personal, and Jack was ready to fight after that. You know, and that's just how it is.
And it's gonna happen again. It might not be the last time, because I take no disrespect.
Yeah, it might not be the last time. I take no disrespect. I'm just gonna crash out. This is what I talk about all the time about growing up and getting to a point of acceptance where you mature and become something greater than what you keep laying out for yourself, because it looks very disappointing from this side. It really does. It's like disgusting to watch. I'm disappointed in just looking at it because when I see it, I'm just like, damn, why are we looking at this? You know, like you don't gotta, like I can see them having the players having a little pushing and shoving. They're playing. You a coach. And now here you are on CBS about to mess something up for Q, doing something stupid like that. You lose sponsorship saying something like that. Now, CBS got sponsors. CBS got sponsors. And those white people that cut them checks for you, they gonna get real nervous when they start hearing about somebody talking about popping and murking somebody. They get real nervous. And you know what they do? They stop checks. Them checks freeze up on you, boy. Then you gonna have some act right. Then all of a sudden, you gonna be over there with them doggone, them veneers, smiling and all in the camera. And now you're gonna act like you got some sense again. But then they give you some money and you go revert back to the old you. Dog, you 47 years old, going on 19. That don't make no sense. Now, my boy was laughing. I'm like, it really ain't funny. It's sad. It's real sad to see. Because if that was an act and you want to milk that for attention, think how disgusting you are. That Kamala Harris, the candidate running for the president of the United States of America, sat down with an interview with you. You sat down and interviewed the candidate of the United States of America. You had sat down and interviewed with her. She took the time out to come there and sit on y'all couch and do an interview with y'all. And look at who she sat down with. And then y'all be trying to say Kwame the wild one. Oh, Kwame, he snap out. If Kwame snap out, he gonna do it for a reason. There'll be a reason behind him. But look at what KD said. KB said,
Brown boys, we for me, bitch. I was born when you old.
Hey, look here, man. I got Cartiers on, you know what I mean? I got fake Cartiers on. They say these real, but I think they fake. But yeah, man, I'm not trying to get popped. You know, these niggas threatening to pop niggas. I thought these niggas were successful. I thought they made it, but they talking about shoot niggas, so no. I done came too far to go to the big three and get shot. So nah, nigga, no, hell no. I'm not going to no big three. Them niggas gangbanging. Them niggas in the streets. Them niggas fighting, talking about shooting.
Stack 5.
You know, I don't mind them fighting. You know, that was kind of exciting. I think Q should treat this league like hockey. If them niggas want to slap each other, let them slap
Crash,
each other
dummy.
and have people out there to break it up. You know what I mean? Let them niggas do the stop and slap. Like the Diaz, bro. Let them Nate Diaz slap each other. No closed fists so you don't break each other's jaw, mess up the product. But a good slapping ain't never hurt nobody. Yeah, I think they should get a good slapping. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I ain't see the Vegas situation. Yeah, coach fighting players, man, you know. Hey, man, I don't mind that. If the coach, you know, feel like he can beat up a player, let the coach try, you know.
No, but this is what I talk about on the regular. This is what I'm talking about on the regular. My mom's was talking about like the back in the day, she could name all the NBA players and stuff. She was like, I can't even do that nowadays. Because she don't know them. That means a lot. Half these players in the game, my mom, they retired, and my mom never even knew who they was. She only know Dwight Howard because Dwight Howard had that situation where he was on some thing where they did the full Monty. And then he said, I don't know about being naked on TV. And everybody get to see me in the crowd. I don't think I could do that. Then there's another instance where you got 16 to 17 different situations. Man, I'm telling you, these women don't understand hardly anything anymore. But the casual fans, because once Jordan retired in '98, the majority of them was gone. Like, my mom wasn't really watching the games and Lakers and Kobe and Shaq. She wasn't watching them. She knew a Kobe Bryant. She knew a Kobe Bryant because of Michael Jordan and Brandy and all that. They did the marketing of Kobe early. A lot of people forget that Kobe Bryant had like 6-7 championships from the gate. I mean, he had 3 championships from the gate. He was like the youngest player to have 3 championships. Like, man, you got 3 NBA titles already. Now, here's the news. Because most of these people just don't understand what we talk about when we say, here's the news. The situations get unreal. Yeah, people knew Shaq, but they knew of Kobe because of the marketing. They marketed Kobe his whole rookie year. You've never seen a rookie get that kind of publicity coming out of high school. He was going to the prom with Brandy. He's on television shows. He did about 3 television series during his first 2 years. Kobe was on something every week. Even if it was only in LA, they would show it to him. Then we're going to talk about the other thing. because I want y'all to know too about how the game was. Now, Captain Jack, he's in his second childhood. You know what I'm saying? He's going through that whole thing. He can't grow up. He's stuck. Gotta keep it real. Keep it real? What the hell is real, Jack? You know what keeping it real is? Somebody that gotta work 2 jobs and don't have no money at the end of the week. And their kids is begging for the Nintendo Switch 2 and all these things that you know they can't afford to have. Because you can only afford to pay the bills. Like, I can only afford to pay these bills right now. I can't afford to do nothing else but pay these bills. So y'all gonna have to just make do. I can't, I'm sorry. And gotta look at his boy, you know, on Christmas. You gotta give him one thing. He can't get that Switch. He trying to save up. Probably get it one day. Taking on double shifts just so he can get his kid a gift. Working 2 jobs, and now he's asking for extra hours. Putting in 16-hour days. Just to make a little bit extra, just so his son could be happy. I'ma just earn a little bit extra. And with that little bit extra, that should get us there. Hell, I've been there. And I don't want to go back. It's not a fun sight, believe me. It's not. It's no fun. So you're supposed to work smart, not hard. But sometimes you don't have a choice. Because reality grabs you. Steven Jackson's brother was a blood. He was out there doing what he was doing. And he got killed doing what he was doing. They was out there, Steven Jackson ODing on lean. Teeth all messed up from taking lean. His brother died and he started getting into the hoop game. Got tall like him, everything. Started hooping. So you were gang affiliated, dog. Because they told you, like your brother said, I don't want to see you out here doing this. What I'm doing, I don't want to ever see you out here doing. You stay in there where you at and keep going to school, playing ball. You do that. Don't do what I do. So you was gang affiliated. And instead of telling people, hey man, this is what you need to do. Don't follow that. Don't do this. Don't do that. You out here exploiting it. You going to O Block to exploit O Block. Yeah, look at me. Look where I'm at. I'm in O Block. I'm a real one. I'm checking in because I'm a real one. Really? See, the real ones, they check in. Check in with a bunch of people you don't know. Where does that make sense at, Jack? You're going to check in to a bunch of strangers you don't know. So what you going to do? Check in and pay them not to rob you when you don't even need to be over there? You went to Baylor University. Baylor. That's where you went to school. You and Lee Nayland selling weed at Baylor. Why are you hooping? Like I said, Jack, I know so much about your life, it's crazy. You did a whole bunch of dumb stuff your entire life. You have messed up hundreds of millions of dollars because you want to keep it real when you have no idea what keeping it real actually means. And it's tragic. That's the sad part about it, is how tragic it is. Because it was like, damn, dog, you were skilled as a basketball player. You were skilled. You could have been a guy that's in this league as the second best player on the team, a number 2 on anybody's team, if your head was right. But yet, you have been the example, even years after you've been out of the league. You continue to be the example. It's sad to me. It's definitely sad to me, because to me it don't make any sense. On the real, it just don't make sense to me. Now you hear people say all the time, I'm the same person I was when I was 19. Then that means you didn't grow. I'm not the same person I was when I was 19, 20, 21. I've matured a lot. The 20-year-old me wouldn't have handled the situation the same way somebody in their 40s would handle it. Okay? A man in his 40s shouldn't be handling the situation the same way a 19-year-old is handling it. I was very emotional at 19 and 20, meaning that if there was a level of disrespect, I had to meet the disrespect and check it effective immediately. That was the discipline. So the encouragement was check disrespect as soon as it happens, so it never happens again. Y'all have this understanding moving forward that no disrespect would be tolerated. But guess what old Captain Jack did? Oh, that don't stop Captain Jack. No, no, no. Captain Jack decided, screw all that. I don't need all that. You know what I'm saying? Captain Jack was like, no, keep it real. Keeping it real over here. It's like, for real? That's what we doing? No, that's the part that bothers us the most. You know, that's the part that like freaks everybody out the most about the situation. Is that it's like, okay, you don't want to grow up, you want to continue to do this, and everybody got a story. You done tried to fight everybody in the world, man. He done tried to fight dudes at basketball games, comedy clubs. How many more people you gonna have go to jail for you, Jack? I mean, for real. It was all fun and games. And everybody you think is on your side, and they laughing with you, and they your boys. No, they laughing at you. They literally laughing at you, man. They don't care about none of this stuff y'all talking about. But he ain't gonna know until the sponsorships are over and he can't borrow another dime. And nobody want nothing to do with him no more. Then what's gonna happen? No, because he's showing his ass. See, this is why y'all keep giving these dudes passes, because y'all young. They know y'all vibe off that, and he trying to run off this young vibe. You know, his nephew's coming home from jail and all that, and he's sitting over there acting like that's a badge of honor over there in Texas. Like, yeah, man, that's what we do, man. You showing, boy, we got them sticks, boy. I done been and had you burnt out here. What's that gonna do? All that's gonna do is get you hurt. All that stuff do is get you hurt. It don't hurt nobody else but you. Now, when Jack was with his teammates, he got knocked in the mouth in the club. Now, the eyewitnesses, he tells the story that he was going home and came back, saw that they was surrounding his boy. When the whole story they told, the people that punched you in the mouth, and you testified you got punched in the mouth, and then you pulled out a gun. But see, you don't mention that part. Then you went to get the police report taken down. Right? Why did you do that, Jack? Why did you want the police report taken down? Yeah, Jarvis Crittenden didn't do anything, really. Gilbert messed up his whole situation. Right, then he want to be a rapper. It's like, dog, do you want to be a gangster that much? You want to be a gangster and a thug? Then go do that. Go do that. You played in the NBA. You made millions of dollars. Stop acting like you was trapping out in the streets to survive. Like you moving bricks and pounds and you out here holding it down on the streets in the set. You glorified dumb shit. Those people out there doing that out of hopelessness. They doing that out of hopelessness. They ain't got no NBA. You think if they had a chance to play in the NBA and make millions of dollars, or do the dumb shit they doing now that you sitting over there pushing on them and parading and promoting? All you do is mess up business. And you think this is good for business. You mad at the guy that's recording it. You should be mad at yourself for saying it. But nope, no responsibility. That's what I'm saying. You 47 going on damn 19 years old. The same way you've always been. Selfish, arrogant, can't be told nothing. Captain Jack. Steven Jackson's out there, boy. Captain Jack. Steven Jackson's out there. Steven Jackson's out there. Steven Jackson's out there, boys. Captain Jack. Captain Jack. You wouldn't want to have it no other way. Steven Jackson's out there, boy, Captain Jack. Same one talking all this noise that time when he was going at it with Kwame, and I'm like, dog, you are the last one to talk. You're the biggest hypocrite in the world. I'm a Muslim, but I smoke weed. Huh? I'm a Muslim, but I drink and smoke. It's like, I'm like, dog, you finna get the guy who put you on in trouble. You finna get him in trouble. You out here with a Gucci logo on the throw. And I was like, I know they didn't sell it like that. By you doing that, you disrespecting the thing that you claiming you representing. Trying to make a change and all this for some popularity, and it's like I'm changed a new leaf. I'm finna give up smoking weed. No, you're not. No, you're not. Man, a lot of these guys just be lying to themselves, and it's like that's the worst part, because when you lie to yourself and convince yourself of this nonsense, that's the worst part. That is the worst part. You convinced yourself you are important. That is the greatest mind up of the lifetime generation. How did you pull that one off, Chief? Right, God and people have been in this dude has had so many lives, like so many chances. He was out the league. Isaiah Thomas got him back in the league. So you made a few more millions. Then you were out the league again. This time permanently. They just don't want nothing to do with Steven Jackson. Then you start doing the podcasting thing after you was on Fox. Then next thing you know, you off Fox, you got fired from ESPN. And it's, y'all just don't get it. It's just, either you gonna grow up or you not, man. But all you doing is promoting gang culture, thinking that's helping the situation. People who join a gang, they normally born into that. You supposed to be a blood, because you was born into it, right? You was affiliated, and your family tried to keep you away from it based on everything that was happening with your brother and everybody else. And then Georgie dies. And then they said, oh, let's use Jack. That's his brother. That's his half brother. So now they scoop you up and make you the poster boy. You know, make you the poster boy for everything. Oh, Jack the poster boy. Then you go to the Tank Davis fight, and you trying to fight somebody in the aisle. You know, it's just mad disrespect, man. It's just terrible that this is the way we treat each other. No, we gotta call people out like Steven Jackson. I ain't trying to fight Steven Jackson. I just don't want, I wouldn't hang out with a person like Steven Jackson. Back in the day, I used to think Captain Jack was a real one. I'd be like, man, Captain Jack, Steven Jackson's a real one. Man, you know, he be official, dog. He down, but no, he down for stupidity. He that type of friend who gonna do something stupid somewhere and it ain't even called for. Now y'all spending half y'all day at the police station when you supposed to be doggone going to the club, getting some hoes, having a good time, and you can't even do that because 20 minutes in, he done went crazy and then did something stupid, crashing out. Man, I can't let them rep me. Rep you? He gonna tell his boys what he did to me. His boys? Man, my rep on the streets. You played in the NBA. What the hell are you talking about? A rep on the streets. You have no rep. This is why you can't let other people's ambitions get in your way. This is the main reason why. Because soon as it goes left, that's when it's over for you. That's when it's all over. Man, 90% of these people are liars, dog. They always gonna lie. Look. Matt Barnes is crashing out, doing everything he was doing. Neither person see a problem with what they doing. Now, tell me where that makes sense. Jack don't see what he doing as a problem. Yeah, that's right, Adam. That's when old fingers knocked him out. Jack don't see nothing he's doing as a problem. Matt Barnes didn't see nothing he was doing as a problem. When he was in San Antonio, it was Pop. Man, Pop, man, man, the Spurs, man, F the Spurs, man. That was all Pops. Pops did that. Pop did this. Pop did this. Everything is on Pop. Right? Then what'd he do? They go from everything on Pop. Every team he went on, it was somebody else's fault. Indiana Pacers, it was their fault. He was up in Charlotte, it was their fault. Never did he ever say, man, that was on me. You never heard Steven Jackson say that was on me. You never hear Matt Barnes say, man, that was on me. Matt, that was on me. They talk about the Golden State Warriors, that whole run. They talk about that like they won an NBA championship. They got out the first round and knocked off the number one seed, the champions. We beat the champions. We beat the number one seed. And we should have made it right after that. And they celebrate that to this day. Straight up. All they do is celebrate that. The whole nine. Man, remember when we played and we won? Yeah, I remember that, B. Yeah, we played and we won. We beat Dallas now. Yeah, man, that was great. We was outstanding. Wasn't we good? Yeah, we was real good. And it's like they stuck. Matt Barnes spitting on baby mamas and baby daddies and all this crap. And every time he do something stupid, fighting a high school kid, threatening them, got fired twice, fired from the King's job, fired from ESPN. Now all he got is the podcast. Now, where does that make sense at? Right? Where does that make sense at? Start to add those things up. Where would that make sense? Losing revenue because you want to throw it away because you can't control yourself. How many times do you got to keep doing the same thing over and over again and it keep following you, but it's everybody else? It ain't never you. That's why I say that dude got a chemical imbalance. And he needs to check himself. Straight up. He needs to check himself. Because I'm telling you. All this being goofy and all this stuff, those times are over. It's all over for being a goofy. The world got no more patience for ignorance. You feel me? I'm finna chill out here, enjoy the sun, get outside the crib, have me a couple drinks, listen to some jazz. You know what I'm saying? Relax, man. This is what you do when you 40, Jack. You ain't trying to go to little syrupy drip. Hanging out smoking with your 19-year-old nephews, arguing over who's stealing your weed. It's like, dog, you gotta grow up. So unfortunately, Jack, you are not evolving, you're devolving. You're gonna be somebody like Antonio Brown, about to go to jail, dealing with some fools, blowing hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't even need the test to know that boy got CTE. So just let that sink in. Now I'm gonna get up out of here. Love, peace, and hair grease. Shouts out to Kwame Brown Bus Life. Follow his page. Follow Too Raw for TV. Welcome to HDII TV Sports Talk with Jose Rodriguez. And Cap Jack, gotta wake up and grow up, bruh. For real. This is pathetic.